Hi, my name is Mike Lappy, and I am with Vital Filtration Technologies. We're here today to talk about the installation of a single high 12-inch lenticular housing. So today we're going to show you the proper installation method and some of the things that we know to highlight some of the do's and don'ts as we're going through it. So here we have a 12-inch lenticular stainless one high housing that is designed for all types of different applications, mostly in the food and beverage and somewhere where there's going to be sanitary conditions. So this is the base of the lenticular housing, and in the bottom of it, it has a silicone O-ring that runs around the bottom that allows the upper part of the vessel to be sealed once the lid is on. The base has an inlet and an outlet, so the inlet is always offset and the center is always the exit. So it's in and out is the flow path. At the bottom of the vessel, there is a deflector plate, has a larger hole at the bottom. We want to put that on. And what that does is as the liquid comes in, it deflects the liquid so it doesn't impact the module while it's in housing. After that, we're going to put on the lenticular module. This happens to be a 12-inch carbon module, which is used in the botanical extraction and the spirits world for all types of different applications. It has a double open-end silicone O-ring on it. So there's an O-ring on one side and an O-ring on the other side. So before installing, you want to inspect that the O-ring is in place on both ends. You want to make it securely inside the groove and make sure it's in place. You want to set the module down over the top, and the rod will allow it to be self-centered. On the exterior edge of the module are little arrows. They look like direction arrows, and yet they are not. What they are is the support for the outer ring. When the liquid gets on the module rim gets heavy and it sags, and that helps support the edges of the module. This is omnidirectional, so it can be inserted both ways. The second plate goes on the top, but before we put that on, we're going to take the hold-down assembly. It comes down into three pieces. It comes apart. This is called a puck. It has an O-ring on the inside that gets put into the top of the module. Then the upper plate goes on top of that. And this is where sometimes people get a little confused because you're putting metal to metal, and that's counterintuitive. However, the sealing device on the inside creates the division between upstream and downstream. This is the T-nut, the spring. The spring is used to keep tension so that the module under which back pressure can come, it may pop up. This allows the module to stay in place at all times. The interior of the T-nut has threads, and it's a very soft material, so be careful not to cross-thread it. And then we slowly begin the threading, and we thread to tighten. So you want to tighten this down till it bottoms out, and then you want to back it off a half a turn. And that's the tension that's required to keep the module in place and operate normally. Then we'll take the dome, and we put that on the top. Once the housing dome is placed on top and lined up with the base, we can then begin securing the clamps to seal the outer lid. Once the clamps are all sealed, you can hand tighten, snug, and then as you're filling, tighten accordingly if you see any leaks. There is no recommendation for a torque setting or anything on these. This is all pressure fit.